So, today we are in for some tournament games in the Warband Institute, same tournament that Turin is in, and it involves a Swiss League format against the top 4 selected players in China. So that's why I am streaming this a bit early today so that we can actually get our games in. And it's all best of 5s. So to start off, I am playing, I counterpicked his Empire with Vampire Coast, because we've played this matchup so many times that I'm just feeling extremely confident here. We're going the bread and butter build that I like taking in basically every situation. And it involves a bunch of handguns, bunch of bombers, deck gunners for archers, and that's basically it. Sirens on the flanks should do us very well. And I think we're about good to go. Let's pull these guys a tiny bit further back though. Bring our dogs over to the flanks. And good luck, have fun to our opponent. Oh boy, here we go. So for our opponent, it looks like he has a very standard Empire build. Lots of cannons. Ooh, actually went for mortars. Interesting. But we're not too worried about that. We've met artillery builds before with this one. And they actually have a pretty hard time killing my deck gunners. Although mortars in this case could be a little bit annoying. Let's see if we can dodge some effectively. Looks like we dodge a few of the shots. Ooh, but Marcus is actually going in on a snipe on Noctilus. Gets a pretty good hit. And and a fireball comes in onto my Sirene. So we'll turn and face it. And then actually advance towards it to see if we can dodge some shots. And it looks like we do. Noctilus is taking quite a bit of heat. So there we go. He takes another hit. And we'll have to pump a heal into him. But we are still on the approach towards our opponent. He is not really focusing our deck gunners. And Noctilus gets ever closer. See here, he should be able to keep avoiding Marcus's shots pretty well. We'll bring our Sirens over to fight the cavalry. And I think we'll get a zombie summon underway. Noctilus is still taking quite a bit of damage though, so I have to be a bit careful. And we're getting our dogs in the back line though. And with Noctilus in combat, it means that these guys will have a much... Oops, mismic'd with my Sirens. With Noctilus in combat, it means that he'll be a lot harder to shoot at. That's good. We have zombies rushing into the back. We can get some more summons over there. And we're distracting the knights in the back line. Noctilus will put down another heal on himself. And let's also get some summons going. Ooh, Bright Wizard with a big burning head catches out a lot of my troops. But with dogs in the back line, we should be okay. See, we've broken the front line and we want to push through with our zombies. And our dogs want to be moving upwards also. Slow down a Wraith Storm over there. And see if we can snipe out his hero. Ooh, our dogs are getting caught though. Bit unfortunate. But we're getting in a lot of damage. Sirens are causing a lot of pain here. And a net comes down on top of my dogs. Let's see, Noctilus is healthy. And it looks like this Bright Wizard is likely gonna die. That's very good. Shutting down these archers, and our zombies are nearly at the mortars. Nice. Let's see, we can actually throw down a big heal over here. And let's see if we can focus that caster. See, we've taken out the knights now. And we just slowly advance, as that is the Vampire Coast way. Nice. Looks like we've taken out another unit of knights. And we can go for the that artillery over there too. We're going to save our Winds of Magic. Never mind. Noctilus is actually at full HP, or heal capped, that is. Sort of unfortunate there. And he will likely go down in a bit. So, going to use our last summon. Forgot, it costs 10 winds of magic now. But yeah, we're going to use our last summon while he's still alive. And then by shutting down the artillery, I think we'll be good. Noctilus is dead though. Let's see here. And our dogs need to run to safety for sure. Since Noctilus is dead, means that our dogs won't have any more healing. That definitely makes them a little bit more vulnerable. The Marcus is still healthy too. And balance of power is swinging over to my opponent's side. And the loss of our scurvy dogs is very painful. See if we can pull them this way. We still have a healthy unit of sirens though, and they might be our saving grace here. See, deck gunners will be focusing Empire Knights. And we still have 4 units of healthy handgunners, thankfully. Dogs are getting low though, and the mortars are doing a lot of damage to my troops. Let's see if we can shut them down. Empire Knights are closing in. And even more Empire Knights over here. Looks like they're going to kill the last of my poor doggos. We're finally going to get to shut down those mortars, but not without a lot of damage on my deck gunners. That's a bit worrying. But yeah, there we go. We finally get our zombies onto them. We've taken out the right flank with our gunfire. We still have bombers advancing. But man, those mortars are very annoying. And they're still hitting my deck gunners. Let's finish chasing off these these archers. Then we'll move on to the cannon crew. And hopefully that goes okay for us. I think we might just have to win off the backs of these handgunners. And the few remaining sirens. There we go, some archers are getting in range. These knights are bogged down. But man, those artillery are being a huge pain. Cannon coming back up, shooting at my troops. And knights are coming in. We have routed off these archers though. And you know what? I wonder if we can snipe out Marcus. So we're going to move in and get some focus fire at point blank range and take him down to about very little HP. So he's nearly dead. Get those on a net on my handgunners. The cannons are still firing, but we've actually taken out most of the archers here. And there we go. Cannon is down. And I think despite the fact that we did a pretty bad job taking out this the mortar artillery, I think we still did okay. More handgun fire is coming down. Marcus is now routing. And there's not much left for the Empire. So that's a rout for them. And GG for us. Sick. Oh my gosh. Oh. So there we go. Once again, this is how I think how you play the matchup versus Empire. I didn't micro my dogs very well, and that's why the game was close. If I had just kept these guys safe from the knights in the late game, we could have just run over everything. You did a good job trying to snipe Noctilus though, getting in a lot of damage and actually killing him in the late game, which is pretty important. But we were just able to juke and dodge the cannon shots, which helped us out quite a bit. So this next game, we're playing Lizardmen up against Norska, which was counterpicked, which feels like something that's actually pretty good for us here, since Norska is generally regarded to have a bad matchup against the Lizardmen. So we're going to see if that holds true with a fairly defensive build. Lots of Temple Guard and Skinks along the back. These guys will circle around and flank to throw javelins. We have a solar engine with fire at will turned off. So we'll put that on 5. A Carnosaur to help fight. So if we see a Throg, we'll be able to snipe them out and then execute them. These tools And then, yeah, some skink support. And to deal with javelins, we have pterodon riders. Now. Oh man, I'm so cold. I feel cold. Get quick blanket over me. So that we don't freeze to death while playing our games. There we go. Feels much better. Okay. Ooh, alright. Feeling much better. So it looks like he's ready. We are too. So let's get this game underway. Okay, and it looks like indeed we do see javelins here. Feral manticore, interesting. And let's see, we want our slan up in front. I guess we'll start off by firing at the berserkers. Put in a little bit of damage onto them, then pull back before the javelins come our way. We'll start shooting Throg with the solar engine. Just get some damage in. We could spread a little bit wide here. See these javelins? We have our rock drops for them. Should be coming up soon. And there we go. Solid rock drops. These guys too can get some rock drops on them. Actually, probably not, since they are turning. And it looks like the fighting is about to go underway. So let's see, we have our spears to defend against skin wolves. And we're happy just rushing into the fight like so. Bring in sword spears over here. We have javelins for the berserkers. And so far things are going okay. Throg is taking a lot of damage, but javelins are coming in. We'll have to throw in a banishment to get rid of them. And let's see, I guess Shield of the Old Ones too should help us out. Solar Engine performing pretty well. Skink's getting in a lot of damage too. And I think we might just be able to snipe out Throg here. So that's what we're going to try doing. Our skirmishers are going to go in here. And it looks like our Carnosaur is actually getting bogged down by skin wolves. See if we can take them out. We'll throw down a Barona's Time Warp. Then I think we should be good. Meanwhile, Carnosaur is rampaging now. But we can get rid of that. And now we're on the hunt for Throg. See, skin wolves are taking a lot of damage, but so are my pterodon riders. I think we mismicroed those guys a little bit. And the solar engine is in trouble. But our Carnosaur is in. And we're pushing back these javelins with our infantry. See, we're a little bit low on spells though. And this manticore is in the fight too. So let's see how this goes. Thankfully, Throg isn't in the fight. So he's not there to support. But so far I think we've controlled this a little bit badly. But we'll see how it goes. Let's see here. Throg is in on top of my my caster now though. And this could get dicey. Let's throw down a snare on him, just try to take him out. And see if we can shut down these javelins. But I'm not too sure about that. In fact, I'd say this game is pretty close to over. Had an opportunity where we probably could have killed Throg early on, but I think I missed the micro there, or might have punished me. But we're going to keep scrapping it out. See, our Carnosaur is going to try to snipe out his lord, and we have our pterodon riders just to put in a little bit of pressure. So it looks like we're going to be trading out lords here. Let's dodge some shots, bring in our other pterodons, and keep trying to shoot Throg. Carnosaur will be fighting too. There we go. We've lost our caster, which is very unfortunate. Our troops are on the verge of routing. And we have what? We have one drop box currently. Ooh, and it looks like that manticore getting in a lot of damage. The GG. Yeah, I think we just misplayed that a tiny bit. My Carnosaur and pterodon riders could have just stayed back to deal with Throg, who dived into my backline. And I think we probably could have sniped him out. Instead, we got caught by some skin wolves. And then that was GG from there. Let's go ahead and save that replay. And yeah, pretty fast game. I think think Throg, no, he didn't do too well. Yeah, we just had a big ol' rout at the end, but probably playing a little bit tighter too would have helped, for sure. But okay. Oh man, I forgot to stop recording again. But anyways, we're in game now. We've brought the Sisters of Twilight, Branch Wraith, a million spears. What's not to love? Skirmishers up front, fire at will off as always. Spears in a defensive formation to fall back into. And there we go. Asvi spears in the center so they don't get charged. And then they'll be ready to support our ranged core when they are needed. Hawk Riders with Sisters of Twilight to win the air game. And lastly, a single unit of Glade Riders to hopefully distract some cavalry. So there we go. We will deploy... what's it? I guess I prefer being in the open. And if you put trebuchets over here, we'll be in a better position. Let's see. And yeah, I guess we're good. Can this forest house my cavalry? It can. Still have them stealthed away. Maybe they'll be able to get some picks on some archers. So should be good. Nice. Yeah. So we've mixed in one Deepwood Scout. These guys want to be shooting at knights and archers. That's the plan. Sisters of Twilight will be poking away whatever she can. Should be good to go. Alright, he's ready. For my opponent, it looks like a no trebuchet build with some Pegasus Knights, some Knights Errant, and Lewin. Sick. So we can take off fire at will. Bring in our ranged core. Start firing away at Lewin. That should deal with them. Get at least some poking damage. And let's see. We want to get in range of those archers. Sisters of Twilight can change shot. And we can get a volley in on them archers over there. Let's pull back now. And let's bring our cavalry around the back. See, those guys are going to start retreating. We'll unleash another volley at those guys and pull back again. Come on, pull back. There we go. And yeah, we're kiting. See, Lewin can continue firing in on him. And we've distracted knights on that flank. Very good. I'm seeing some knights errant here too. We can get some damage in on them, bringing them down to about half HP. Oh, and the Sisters of Twilight actually don't have skirmish mode. Interesting. He gets caught by Lewin. Takes a little bit of damage. And the knights are coming in. You can get another volley on them though. That brings them very low. And we can actually catch them with some Hawk Riders too. Sisters of the Twilight will need to run for the hills though before they get routed. And we'll make them run real far. Meanwhile, these knights be fighting Asvi spears. And okay, Sisters of Twilight can just fire in now. See, these guys need to stop the cavalry, and we're trying to pull our spears out now before they get too bogged down. See, Lewin looks like he's being kept busy. And I think we need some big heals here though. Let's see if we can take out these knights though. They're trying to escape, but we can chase them with the Hawk Riders. Our bowmen are nearly out of there. And our cavalry can move in to stop the these peasant bowmen. Let's see if we can get a volley in on them too. And maybe a pendulum is in order, but I don't really see a good spot for it. We're routing off a lot of these knights though, which is very good. Our Glade Riders do get caught, however. Sort of sucks. But look at those knights going down. That is a very good situation for us. Lewin then can take some shots from the Sisters of Twilight, and we're stopping these peasants over here, which is good. As long as we keep these archers busy, I think we should be fine. Bringing our spears back. to help. To help defend the back line. And our archers are operational. Lewin's taking a lot of damage. Branch Wraith, still healthy. To take out this infantry here with a pendulum. And yeah, we're looking okay. Things are looking just okay. Let's see, we still have a lot of spears here. They're getting bogged down. And some Pegasus are here too. I guess we're just going to see if we can snipe out Lewin then. He's really close and on the ground, which means that any shots that he takes will be very unlikely to miss. So let's see if we can take him out. Sisters of Twilight, we'll even dive in onto him. Turn on the shotgun shots and see if that'll do it. There are still lots of knights in here. If we can take out Lewin, that'd be very good. Let's bring in our Hawk Riders too. In fact, we'll be using them to chase off archers. Let's see, knights are routing. Sisters of Twilight, keep shooting Lewin. Then let's see how that goes. We have a bunch of spears that need to come back. And there are still a lot of knights here also that are just being an absolute pain. We've lost our archers too, which really hurts. Those are Way Watchers, very expensive. But the archers of Bretonia are having a rough time. Let's see, Men-at-Arms getting doing pretty well in combat. There's still a bunch of knights everywhere. Branch Wraith is here to help. We can throw down a heal. It's just too bad that we're losing all of our archers. That's a huge shame. But I guess we're returning the favor to Bretonia. Our Hawk Riders are doing very well. We just want them to stay alive. And it looks like we might be able to rout off these Men-at-Arms. In fact, I think without the infantry corps of Bretonia here, we might be able to pull a win against all these knights. Let's bring in the Azrai Spears back. Help defend, and then I think we're good. Hawk Riders will rout off these guys. Some knights are coming in though. Ooh, and it looks like Lewin, with a big dive on the Sisters of Twilight, actually gets a hit and pulls back up. Very nice tech from my opponent, means that he takes less damage. But Sisters of Twilight can start kiting him once again. Our Hawk Riders can get a lot of damage in too. And we have a lot of spears here. Lots of healing too. But Hawk Riders will need to run. Sisters of Twilight definitely need to run. And we'll just be leading Lewin on a wild goose chase. Knights getting caught on the right flank. It's very good. And maybe these Hawk Riders can charge the peasant mob in the back, getting them to rout. These spears will be moving into position to brace against knights. Let's see, what do these guys do? Just some missile resistance. Okay, sisters, let's keep running away from Lewin. Let's cycle charge with the Hawk Riders. And keep using our spears to fight cavalry. They are getting shot though. And we'll want to deal with these archers. See, our Sisters of Twilight sort of screwing up on the target priority, and we want this Branch Wraith in the fight too. So we are taking out a lot of the knights, which is good. But I think our opponent here might be able to pull it out. See, we can catch some knights in the back, however. But let's really make sure that these sisters don't die. Preferably, they'd be able to get to low HP. And then they can get their healing off. But don't know if that's possible. We have caused a mass rout for Bretonia, though. So maybe we'll be able to win it on that front. I'm really not happy about these archers that just keep firing in on me, though. So let's see if we can get them running at the very least. We can't chase off these guys. And Lewin is still pretty healthy. Ooh. And we've run out of ammo. But let's see here. Sisters of Twilight can still... ooh. Might actually get a pick on Lewin here. He gets surrounded by spears, but the woe of the Wood Elves having no mass means that we sadly cannot pin him in. We do catch some Pegasus Knights, however, though. But it means Lewin is gonna be moving in, sniping out the sisters. Catching Pegasus Knights is good. And it's gonna come down to this. Sisters of Twilight are going to dive in on Lewin. Hopefully. Actually going in front of him. Suicidal Sisters of Twilight. Oh man. But let's see if they can do it. Let's see, they get a hit, but they get hit back extremely hard. They're healing Wiltfok, but they die instead. Oof. Big oof there. Losing Sisters of Twilight to Lewin. A really bad charge landing in front of him. I guess I could have microed that better. But we still have a million spears. The problem is that our opponent still has archers. But we have a heal coming up. We'll throw that down to hit our infantry. And we're going to see if this little glob of Wood Elf units can hold. With these archers though, I really doubt it. But maybe if they can pull a miracle, we'll be able to pull through. I think that miss micro with the Sisters of Twilight though was what did us in. However, there were probably some other misplays throughout the game though. But I think that's GG. Oh man. Nice. So our opponent now 2 games up, which means we'll need to win 2 in a row to actually pull through. A pretty close game there. But yeah, I just wasn't able to finish off Lewin with the Sisters of Twilight. I think our Hawk Riders did okay. And he also did a nice dive in that killed my archers here. But for this game, we are playing Bretonia, and we got counterpicked with a Chaos pick. So to deal with that, we've taken a million archers, as is the Bretonia way. We have Lewin. Tear apart those single entities. Foot Squires. We'll put them, I guess, on the flanks. We'll put them on the flanks with peasant support to make sure that they don't take too much javelin fire. And we have, of course, our questing knights. We'll be able to cycle charge all the infantry. So there we go, you know, Damsel of Life with Earthblood on foot. She'll be healing up the cavalry, trying to stay safe. In fact, we'll put her in the forest to really make sure she's safe. And I think that's it. I do believe that is it. Let's see here. Looks like he's ready. So let's go ahead and try it. Immediately, we're seeing some Marauder horsemen. We'll want to pull back our troops just a tiny bit. And what's this? Ogres. Chaos armor trolls. Nice. Lots of chaos warriors with great weapons. Cool. We'll have the face of the hill to fire in on them. Is good. It doesn't look like there's anything behind us. So okay, nice. I guess can turn these guys over. We don't have too many skirmishers here, and he'll be able to keep my forces back. But we can get some archers to fire away, at the very least. So we can't do too much cycle charging, but if we split up our knights, that should actually work out okay. So let's go ahead and do that, and begin cycle charging. See here, these guys will want to fire over there. We'll pull these knights back. And we have our archers firing away, which is good. Let's see, Lewin will probably want to move along this way. Our knights will definitely want to be charging into those chaos trolls. Let's see, some dragon ogres are coming in. Chaos trolls are coming in hot. And we'll need to take care of them. See, foot squires can deal with the marauders. Peasants to hold down the flank. And let the cycle charging games commence. Lewin, hitting the chaos trolls hard, but there is a Kolek nearby. And let's see if we can just shoot him to death here. And throw down some healing. Those trolls are about to rout. And I think Lewin with a big charge in on Kolek should be able to do okay. The Sorcerer of Death. What spells does he have? He doesn't have any AoE, so we can blob up there a bit. These guys will want to move back, however, and our knights are getting a little bit, they're running into a little bit of a problem, but Kolek taking an absolute beating from our archers. So, yeah, he's actually on the run now, which is very nice. One of our units of knights have routed, though. And our archers should probably change targets at this point. There's some dogs coming in, too. Let's get our knights in on top of them, shut them down. And then let's see here. Let's get our cavalry in here, too. And I guess we'll charge them into some trolls. Ooh, our front line is buckling. We'll have to be a bit careful. Our cavalry peasants over there are getting caught. And we're out of range for a big heal there. Can at least catch some knights. And Lewin, guess you're going into Kolek now. Let's see, a little bit of a risky dive, I'd say. We'll see. See, we've chased off those Marauder horsemen at least, and we can begin running back with our archers. We can just catch out these Marauder horsemen, then I'd be feeling a lot more comfortable. We don't want Lewin to get surrounded, though. We'll pull him back, and I think we might be able to win by just pulling apart the mobility of the chaos here. There we go, Marauder horsemen are out of the picture. The dogs are out of the picture. Lewin is safe. And I think we're in a better position now. These dragon ogres, we can collapse in on them with our knights while we pull back on this flank. We can use our cavalry to support there, and then I think we'll be good. Dragon ogres are realizing that they're in a little bit of a precarious situation. Oh geez, that was close. Lewin almost got trapped by them, but he didn't. And our knights can slowly pick apart at the infantry. Let's start grouping them up, though. Definitely want that. And I think Lewin can probably go in for a big kill attempt here on Kolek. It's surrounded by our cavalry. And I think that should be good. Let's see, some ogres are coming towards us, dragon ogres. And spirit leeches are coming in on my knights. Archers are operational. And Lewin can throw down a big debuff. Should get a lot of damage in there. A heal there too, definitely be helpful. And maybe we can even rout off those trolls. Hoping that my peasants come back on the left flank. And let's see how this goes. Lewin is still very healthy, which helps out a lot. But my archers are getting sort of split up, which is pretty bad. Ooh, a big spell coming in down there. Yep, from the dragon ogres, getting in a lot of damage. But hopefully Lewin can finish them off. And my archers having a really hard time running away from the remaining cavalry here. And oh dear, we're out of knights. That's pretty bad. So our archers are getting stopped up by this Chaos Sorcerer Lord. Or just Chaos Sorcerer, I think. And things are looking, all of a sudden, extremely bad. We caught out the dragon ogres. But now Lewin is surrounded. He's gonna get charged by Kolek. And if he can't escape here, that's gonna be game. Even if he does, this could also go very badly. I think we might have just thrown away our cavalry a little bit too hastily here. And it appears that's going to lead to a loss. But maybe Lewin can pull out a miracle. We're going to ram him into Kolek. And see how well he can take on that fight. Probably not too well, given all of these AP monsters here. So, I think that's GG. Oh man. Rip, rip, rip. Yeah, I think we ran out of our knights. I think we played them a little bit non-optimally. And we can probably see over here by their damage values. They just paid for themselves. But they could have been protecting my peasant archers more for sure. There was actually a surprisingly small amount of infantry too from my opponent. with only some Chaos Marauders and a couple Chaos Warriors. And if we had actually taken out that infantry, I think we probably could have been okay. Definitely a matchup that I'll want to practice more. But yeah, there we go. GG's. GG's. Let me go ahead and take a screenshot. Like so. We can, let's see, we gotta save the replay. Yep, let's see. Heisi 4. So very well played from our opponent. I think he did good. Yeah, and extremely tired too. So he can go to sleep finally. So good on him. What's it? Random guy just joined the lobby. And yeah, there we go. GG. So nice, pretty long. Oh, geez, I'm still recording.